So I was sitting in the parking lot of this fancy large medical group in my company car, which was a white Ford Taurus with a gray plush interior. Basically, I was driving around in an undercover cop car. And the plush seats, as comfy as they were, it was like sitting on a couch. I could feel it was soaking wet under my butt with sweat. And I'm wearing the full leg prison pantsuit. I've got my name badge on. I was a pharmaceutical rep. It was my first career type sales job. Meanwhile, this is me transferring over from being a TV newscaster, which was far less petrifying than me having to go in and actually sell people. And I had to put deodorant on my face in order for my face to not sweat. Like, the last thing you want people to see is you sweating when you are wanting them to do something or buy something from you. That expression, never let them see you sweat. And I had to wear dark clothes in order for my sweat to not show through. And I was so terrified to sell. And I know you guys say this yourself, like, oh, I don't want to sell. It feels gross. It feels sleazy. It feels manipulative. There's pressure. I don't like it. I don't want to bother someone. It's uncomfortable. And we're going to dig below the surface on that today. And I'm also going to share with you how to share, showcase, present, and market your services so you don't have that kind of sweat-induced reaction. Because that reaction in of itself, if you're having, that's because you're going about it wrong. Someone taught you an old school way or a way that doesn't fit your empath, highly sensitive, heart-based personality. So we are going to reconfigure this so you can actually make money with your offers and the things that you want to present out into the world. But before we go there, if you are not signed up for my once a year world famous training, 3 days to make bank online in your business, I don't know what to do with you. It is absolutely free. This will not happen again until next year, and I might not run it again next year. There's no guarantee. So 3 days with me, you're going to learn how to create profitable content for your business so it sells for you so you don't have to. You're going to learn exactly how to handle and get on the offense, get ahead of these annoying objections you hear of, I can't afford it, I have to ask my husband, all of that stuff. Plus, we have $15,000 in incredible giveaways. And hint, hint, some of them are half scholarships to my signature program, Selling with Soul, and a full ride scholarship to Selling with Soul. So all you have to do is go to projectmewithtiffany.com/makebank. You can swipe up. The link is in my show notes. Invite friends, invite anyone you can think of to come. And if you're like, oh my God, I'm working at that time, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it, we're making the replays available for 24 hours because we have people coming from at least 50 different countries and all different time zones. So you will have replay access for 24 hours. So there's no way that you're going to be able to miss the goods in here. But I would prioritize showing up live. And there are thousands and thousands of people that can attest to it. I don't do trainings and free things just to circle talk you to get you to buy something else. I do them out of a place of service where I know even if you don't buy anything further from me, you're going to get incredible results if you implement what I teach you. Now, if you want to go obviously further, deeper, and get there faster, I am going to share a way how to do that. That'd be crazy and selfish of me not to. Go sign up, grab your seat. We have so much fun. I wear costumes. We play coffee drinking games because what happens when we have more fun? We make more money. If you're tired of hearing the same old basic mindset and motivational fluff talk, you've come to the right show. Welcome to Project Me with Tiffany Carter, the podcast, where we dish on everything from managing that crazy brain of yours to manifesting abundance to my straightforward, actionable steps that will make you major money online. Now, I'm not your typical multimillionaire entrepreneur. It takes a small village to keep my anxiety and depression in check. I'm inherently disorganized, with an intense obsession with office supplies. Your girl here is a digital marketing content expert who's generated over $200 million in sales. I promise by tuning in twice a week, you will get a much-needed refreshing dose of truth, clarity, and cash-making advice. Now let's get to it. The top 5 reasons why people don't buy. Number 5, I'm doing a countdown just to make it more dramatic. They aren't 100% what makes you or your product different from the rest. 4, not 100% certain that this is going to meet their needs. 3, it feels too hard, like too much effort to use it, to buy it, to get the results that they want. 2, they don't trust the program or product will get them those desired results. And number 1, they don't fully trust you or your brand yet. Now, I want you to take notice of something. What did none of these 5 things mention? I'll take a dramatic pause and take a sip of coffee for you. How about that? None of these mention the price, the cost of the thing. That's because people rarely buy based on price, unless you're comparing like the same brand of a loaf of bread that is $1 less at another store. But even so, most people won't spend the time or energy to drive to a separate market just to save $1 or even $5. People buy based on emotions. This is where my now famous emotional-based sales techniques were born. And they were born out of that moment in that Ford Taurus where I soaked my plush gray seat with my own sweat through my leg prison pants, putting deodorant on my face. Because when we think we have to push people, manipulate people, coerce people, convince people to get something, for most of us who aren't wired like where we can be totally disconnected from our bodies, or we're narcissists, sociopaths, we just don't care, which I know that's none of you. It is stressful and it elicits a stress response. And my stress response, like many people, was sweating. Some people have like nervous tics where they pick the skin on their fingers. Some people say, I'm a lot, look away. Some people get frozen. Everyone's different. One of my main ones is sweating. And that can be even if it's positive excitement too. So there was a little positive in there. I mean, I was excited about the job. I really like talking about health and medicine and all of that stuff. But a majority of it was me going, oh my God, I'm going to bother this person. I'm going to have to keep like talking and convincing them to do something that they're not really going to want to do. And then I'm going to be in the middle of their day and then they're going to yell at me. And that's why so many of you don't show up and share your offers more. You don't show up loud and proud. I don't mean like loud, like yelling loud, but loud in your own way, energetically loud, taking up space, saying to people like, you're nuts if you don't hire me. You're crazy if you don't do this. Like, and be so passionate about what you've created and what you offer and how you help the people. The reason you're not doing that is you've attached a meaning behind it that you're going to annoy people or bother people or come across like all you care about is money and you don't care about them. And if you only focus on sharing the number of like modules in a course, how many sessions someone gets when working with you, how long each meeting is with you, all the intricacies of how you give them those amazing highlights or a weave or lashes, you're leaving a crap ton of money on the table because no one cares. I remember my fitness coach that I hired during the pandemic. He started to break down like muscle groupings and giving me the science behind like what we're going to do and why it's going to work and blah, blah, blah. And I started laughing and I said, I appreciate that you're into this stuff and you're obsessed. I genuinely don't care. I hired you. I trust you. And I just want to have fun while working out, while I'm miserable doing it, and laugh. And I trust that you have a plan. That's why I'm giving you $1,000+ a week. And we're going to just do the damn thing. And I don't need to know all the things. And I'm just curious though, why did you feel like you need to do that? Because I heard you doing that with the client before me too. And he said, I just didn't want you to think that this was just random. I wanted you to know, like, I actually know my shit and I have put thought behind it. And I know I'm like young. And so I didn't want you to think I like didn't have experience, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I wouldn't have hired you and given you my money and given you my time of all the people I could have hired if I didn't have the feeling. Notice it's the feeling and the like, no trust factor. I could have hired the best of the best, so to speak, in terms of on paper and credentials, but like that person didn't seem fun to me. That person, it didn't connect. And if we don't need to make working out any harder than it already is. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're leaving so much money on the table by getting into the weeds and information stuffing on all the things you're going to help people with, all the stuff that they're going to get. It overwhelms people, and overwhelmed people don't buy. But when you focus on connecting to the humans who are considering buying your stuff, considering hiring you, considering going to you, you will always win. So people need to have that, I must have that, or, oh, yes, I'm doing this reason in order to break out their credit card to get to this point. So they've got to feel the following, that you deeply get them. And I don't mean when you do the surface stuff where you're like, you want to be happy and you want to have more confidence and you want to find the partner of your dreams and you want to make hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars in your business. I'm not saying you can't include some of that, but it's not really deep enough. You know, why? I know why you guys want to do this. You don't want to have to depend on any person, place, thing, job, or institution for money. If you want to get on a plane and go to Bali tomorrow, you can do it. That doesn't mean you will, but you know that you can. If you want to send your kids to like the top camp or the top school, you know that you can. If you want to have weekly massages and have your meals for your family cooked for you, you know you can. You want those options. You want the freedom to not have to ask for time off. You want the freedom in your own business to not be like a slave to your own business, to where it owns you. Because that's how my first business, I was totally trapped by my own business. And that's a real thing, to where it would have been easier. And it would have been more enjoyable for me to go back to work for someone else, because I made it so miserable and so hard for myself. And we don't want that. So if you're like, God, I'm not really sure how to get at and convey how I deeply get my ideal client, maybe for some of you, it's easier to start with what they don't want. Your ideal client is a version of you. So start with what they no longer want, what they don't want their life to look like, and then it can help you get to what the opposite of that is, which is what their core desires are and what they want it to look like. So I take you guys all through this when you're working in any of my programs with me. We do this inside my Posse business coaching membership, and I've created that where you get live weekly trainings from me and other special guest experts, plus a library of over 200 prior live trainings, all categorized so you can easily find them. And then you have a private Facebook group that's very engaged, where you can drop questions in, you can collaborate with the other members, and it's only $100 a month, and I've made it month to month. You can buy a year up front and get 2 months for free, or you can just do month to month and you can cancel at any time if you don't vibe it, but I know you will. There's people who've been in there 3 years. There's a reason why I still do it. I still run it, and it makes me between like $300,000 and $325,000 a year. So you can go in there, projectmewithtiffany.com/ProjectME Posse. And then there's a couple, Couple higher level ways to work with me. I have my new Abundance League, which is private and semi-private coaching. And I'm not sure if I have any spots left for my exclusive 2-month private coaching program, where that's where you get 100% me for 2 months every single week. But still apply if it's something that is calling you, because then we can determine which is the best place for you to be right now. Now, don't apply to that to see if the posse is good for you. Like, all that information is on the sales page for it, and it's $100 a month. So don't do that. But to work with me at a higher level, and you're not sure, is the Abundance League better for you? Should you be doing the 2-month exclusive private coaching with me? What will get you the best results right now in your business? Just apply to one of those things, and then we can determine it. Because I don't want you sitting there going, which one do I do? And then like getting caught up in that thing. Just pick one that your gut draws you to, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so your ideal clients also need to feel that this will enhance their life. And I don't care if it's a necklace. I don't care if it is getting their eyebrows microbladed. I don't care if this is doing subconscious trauma healing work. Does not matter. It's that this will enhance their life. This will add value to their life. This will do something for their life. And that needs to be made clear verbally by you in writing, what comes out of your mouth, but also energetically. They need to see that. That's why video is so powerful. They need to see that in video. They need to see that in case studies, in testimonials that you have from people. I love sharing beautiful wins from clients that I serve or I've served in the past. And one of my clients, she just bought dream property in Montana. And when she started with me, she was like almost $100,000 in student loan debt. And now she's making $50,000, $60,000 a month, probably even more than that, because I haven't checked in a while. She just came out with her book, and now it's hit the bestseller list on Amazon. And this wasn't that long ago. This is only 3 years. And she hit those other markers and paid off that debt about, I'd say, a year to 16 months in. Don't you think that's worth it? But she had to go in and find credit cards and find a way in order to get the help to do the thing before the money was coming in. But so many of you resist doing that because you don't have the money yet. So you're saying, well, when I have the money, I'll do this and this. That's not that's not how it works. That's like going on a date and saying, once I know we're married, then I'll open my heart to this person. Or going and learning how to snowboard and saying, well, as long as I have a guarantee that I won't fall, then I'll pay for the lessons. We sound crazy. You're thinking backwards, and that's why it's not working. Okay, the other thing that you have to convey is that I trust this person and company. So if the person does not have that feeling of, I trust Josie, I trust Sandra, I trust ProjectME, I trust ProjectME with Tiffany Carter, I trust Aloe, I trust Nike. If your person does not have that trust factor, then why would they give you their precious time, energy, or money? They're not going to. They don't need to trust, oh, this person is the holy grail and they're going to change my entire life in a month. And it doesn't need to be that deep, okay? It needs to be like, this person's got the sauce. This person knows what's up. They understand me. They deeply get me. I know what they're offering will enhance my life, and I can feel their conviction and their enthusiasm and that they really want to do this. And this person seems like a wonderful person that's working from the heart. And therefore, I feel safe with this person. Because a lot of what we do isn't just transactional, where we're selling like goods and products. There's an emotional transaction. This is very vulnerable work. Even you could think with people hiring me or signing up for any of my programs, you do consulting, business coaching. It's not that emotional. Let me tell you, you want all of your shit to come up, all of your insecurities, all your self-doubts, all of your fears, all of the money noise in your brain. Just start a business. And this is for my established entrepreneurs making multiple 6 and 7 figures, and my brand new entrepreneurs, and myself included. So anyone you see has this kind of stuff. And it is that simple. The problem is that no one has ever taught you this or how to do it. So the good news is the solution is just on the other side of you learning how to do this. And that's why I have created, where I only do it once a year, my 3 Days to Make Bank live training series, where you give me, I would say, block out 90 minutes just to be safe for 3 days. Prioritize that. We're giving the replays for 24 hours after each day because we have people all over the world, so there's no perfect time zone. But even just attending that, you're going to get so much out of it where things are going to start to click, and you're going to be able to take immediate actions in changing how you communicate your offers, how you share your stuff, how you energetically show up, where there's no way you're not going to have results. And yes, of course, I'm going to be sharing a way that you can work with me further and get there faster and have even greater results during that. But if you don't do it, that's okay. That's not required. You're still going to get a ton out of those 3 days. And so you know where to sign up for that and share it with all the people and all the things. So here's one of my best kept secrets. When you simply show up from your heart and you take a pause and you take a moment before you write that email, before you record that video, before you do that post, before you create a program, before you go on a podcast, whatever it is, when you come from your heart and go, what does she or he need to hear from me today? What do I need to convey? And you're speaking to that person who's in pain, who's in distress, who doesn't want to feel like this anymore, who's looking for a solution, who's looking for a way out, who's looking for someone who actually gets them and they've not come across it, who's been praying for a sign. When you speak to that person from that type of energy, that's what creates lifelong, diehard, loyal clients. That's why my clients don't just work with me one and done. They come back again and again and go through my programs. I have many high-level entrepreneurs who are even in my posse membership. And you could say, God, that's crazy. They're in there, because that's really for people who are $0 to $15,000 a month. It's because they want that support. They want that energy. They know that they need to be reminded of the fundamentals. It's almost like having a private, high-level weekly podcast. It's very soothing. Like my 2 coaches right now, I listen to their podcasts every single week. Do I have to? I pay to work with them privately. I can access them via my cell phone at any minute because I pay for that access. But I also like hearing that voice in my ear. It's like knowing that I have that support person, and how they talk and the things that they share are designed directly for me, which is why I hired them. You don't want to have one and done products, one and done people. You want to have diehard loyal people that buy from you again and again and refer you and shout you out and give beautiful testimonials. And you get that not by being some like bro marketer that's super aggro and aggressive and manipulative and fantasy marketing. No, you get that by coming from your heart and sharing genuinely what you have to offer with a clear conviction and a belief that you know that you can help move the needle in their lives, and that you're humbled and excited and willing to guide them, whether that's with a product, whether that's with a service, whether that's with coaching, whatever it is. I don't care. It could be with a tire company, and I love using them as an example. I have a luxury car wash and a tire company as clients. You can make someone's day better even selling tires by making the user experience feel good, taking the stress out of it. Really, you can. Anything. It's how someone's going to feel wearing that necklace. How is someone going to feel knowing they wake up in the morning and they only have to get ready for 10 minutes now because they have their eyeliner tattooed, their brows are on point, they had their lip color done, and they wake up and they're pretty much done and they can feel better and good about themselves when they look in the mirror in the morning instead of going, oh my God, I'm so haggard. I don't have time to put myself together with the kids and all the stuff I have going on. That goes a long way. And how you are with that customer, with that client when you're interacting with them via emails, via social, via when you're delivering the goods, how you are, it goes so far because there's so many people who really don't give a shit in this world. So the fact that you do give a shit will go such a long way. So stop feeling like you have to do all these wild things and stuffing that square peg into a round hole and convince and coerce and manipulate and push and force and hustle to get people to buy your stuff. It's not true. You need to allow the space and convey what you have to offer and welcome them in. It's a very different energy. If you're loving this episode, if you're loving this show, and if you're wanting more shout outs and testimonials yourself, I'm going to give you a really fun hint. You got to kind of check yourself. When was the last time you wrote a podcast review for the shows you love? When was the last time you took a screenshot of a product or a coach or a mentor or someone that really has helped you, or a book, and shared it? When was the last time you took a moment unprompted and sent someone a video testimonial? It's incredible what happens. This is the law of reciprocity when it comes to the law of attraction and manifestation, and doing it without expectation. I'm going to go leave Tiffany a review on Apple right now, and then I'm going to keep looking to see if I get a bunch of people in the next week or so shouting me out. No. That's like giving to get, and that's not coming from the right place. When you're doing it of true service, of true gratitude, of true generosity, that's when you've opened up a special abundance porthole, and it's beautiful. So go write a review on Yelp for that nail salon or that pizza place that you love. Certainly take 30 seconds and go write an Apple podcast review. If you're like, Tiffany, I don't have 30 seconds right now, which you know you do, you can tap the 5 stars and come back. Tap the 5 stars and it'll submit it. So that's still a review on Spotify or on Apple. And then come back and type a review. If you leave your name or Instagram handle in the review, take a screenshot of it and DM it to me at ProjectME with Tiffany. I will treat you to a luxuriating beverage of your choice. I love seeing which beverages you guys get. So this is like a bougie beverage. Like it needs to be like a matcha latte with oat milk, like the shit that you're like, oh my God, this is like a $7 drink. This is ridiculous. That's what I'm treating you to. So that's all you have to do is leave a written review on Apple and put your Instagram handle or name in the review, screenshot it, DM it to me, and then I will happily treat you and show you what that feels like, that reciprocity of abundance, of getting that in return, as long as you're not giving to get. I appreciate you guys so much. Excited to see you inside Make Bank. All the links for all the things that were mentioned in today's show, all the different ways to work with me and take action for yourself and for your business to make things so much easier and lighter for you and actually have it be fun to share and showcase your services so that you are completely booked out. You're completely full. In fact, you even have a wait list for your stuff. Are all inside the show notes. Wishing you great health, wealth, and worth as always. Love you. If you enjoyed this podcast, please write a 5-star review on iTunes. Not only will this make me super happy, but it will allow more listeners to find our special show. Simply help me help others.